Habari gani, mainduga nadada. This is your elder, your brother, Abu Amin Ra. Listen, my brothers and sisters, especially those of you who have done any amount of studying in the Christian religion, in the Jewish religion. Listen, my brothers and sisters. I attended San Francisco Theological Seminary, where I received my master's degree in theology, church history, etc., in 1980. Listen, my brothers and sisters, during my studies there, of course, we had to, it wasn't a choice, you had to take Greek and the Hebrew language. You had to pass those courses, okay? Mandatory, because we understood that the first Christian Bible was written in Greek, and the first Jewish Bible, as they call it, the Torah, was written in Hebrew. So we had to master those two languages, or at least get a handle on those two languages that would give us a foothold or a step ahead in the explanation and definition of the various texts in the Bible that sometimes we have questions about. But what I wanted to introduce you to this time is during that time, I noticed many inconsistencies and some things that were outright lies and some things that just didn't make sense. Didn't add up. So I began to do outside research. And the outside research I've done, and I did, and I'm still doing, inspired me by the year 2010 to put this book or this concept of mine or this understanding of mine into literary form so it could be shared with you, my brothers and my sisters. Now, the title of this book is The Jewish Masquerade, or The Relationship Between Modern Jews and Ancient Hebrew Israelites. Now, yours truly, John Brinson. Now, let me tell you something, my brothers and sisters. If you have ever studied, let me rephrase that. If you are descendants of slaves in the Western world, you must read this book, The Jewish Masquerade, by yours truly, John Brinson. Now listen, my brothers and sisters. I just wanted to put into a proper framework what I understood the Bible was saying about one subject that it tried to cover for us and have us believe in. And I want to quote it to you because most of you here listening to my voice have heard this scripture in Revelation. And I quote, I, Yeshua, know your tribulations and your poverty, but you are rich, and the blasphemy by those, talking about impostors, who say they are Jews or Judahites and are not, but are a synagogue of Satan. That's taken from Revelations, the 2nd chapter, the 9th verse. Then it also is very clear to us, to most of us anyway, if not all, that modern day Jews are not ancestrally or genetically linked to the house of Judah, and therefore they have no right to be called Israelites in any sense of the word. Now, since they occupy Israel at the time, they can be called Israelis, but not Israelites. You get what I'm saying? Because they are not Israelites now, never have been, and never will be. It says, I, Yeshua, will cause those who call themselves Jews of the synagogue of Satan, who say they are Jews or Judahites, and are not, but lie. Behold, I will make them to come and bow down at your feet, and to know that I have loved you. Unquote. Revelations, the 3rd chapter and the 9th verse. This book here, if you are black, if you are Caribbean, if you are Brazilian, if you are an African American, if you are a descendant of the slaves brought to the West here, you must secure this book by hook or crook and read this book and understand this book and spread the word. Are you listening to me? The Jewish Masquerade. One of the most important books to come from the black community in quite a few years. Written by yours truly, John Brinson, The Jewish Masquerade. You can pick this book up at Amazon's and Barnes and Nobles over the internet, or you can go to Google, type in the name John Brinson or type in The Jewish Masquerade. It'll show you everywhere you can get the book, and it'll show you the cost of the book, okay? Now listen, my brothers and sisters, you need to get a copy of this book, The Jewish Masquerade, and read this book and put into practice by teaching and doing what you have learned from this book. Once again, my brothers and sisters, peace and hotep to you. But get a copy of The Jewish Masquerade by John Brinson today if you can. Secure it by any means necessary, but definitely read it and walk by the word that's shared with you within the covers. Peace and hotep to you. My Induga na Dada. Hotep.